Welcome to CrashMagic. Today we're going to look at the card trick Matchmaker. We'll start with the performance and then there'll be a tutorial showing exactly how you can learn to do this great trick. Let's see if we can do something really special with these cards today. So you have a set of cards numbered 1 to 9, and I've also got a set of cards 1 to 9 as well. And in the center of the table here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards. And I'm going to give these cards a bit of a mix. And if you wouldn't mind giving the cards a few cuts as well, you can cut them as many times as you like. Okay, that's great. Next we're going to use these cards laid out in front of us, and we're each going to pick 4 cards. It will be totally free choice of which card you choose, and I'll go first just so it's totally clear that I'm not picking certain cards based on your choices, not that I'm even going to be able to see the choices that you make. So I will pick, this is my first card, this one. We'll go for this one, and this one as my last choice, and we'll put the rest of the cards here because we don't need those now. And if you could now choose 4 cards from your set, whichever cards you like. You're going to mix them and choose them randomly, so there's no possible way I could know your choices. Sneaky. Yeah, that's it. Any 4 cards you like. So again, we don't need the rest of these cards, so we can put them to the side. So now we have both selected 4 cards. You don't know what cards I selected, and I don't know what cards you selected. We both gave these 10 cards in the middle a mix as well. Let's take a look at your first card choice, and it was an 8. So I'm going to now deal 8 cards from the top of this pile to the bottom. And then I'm going to place the next card down by our first choices. I'll now turn over my first card, a 4, and deal 4 cards from the top to the bottom. And then place the next card with the other one. Now let's have a look at your second choice, a 5. So again we deal 5 cards from the top to the bottom and put the next card down. My second card was a 3. So 3 cards from top to bottom. Take the next card and put it here. Let's have a look at your third card, a 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we'll take the next card and put it down here. And I chose a 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll put this card down on top of our third choices, and your final card was a 7. So again, deal 7 cards from the top to the bottom and place this card down here. And my final card is an ace. So we'll just deal one card from the top to the bottom and take the next card and put that down. So that just leaves us with 2 cards, and wouldn't it be amazing if these 2 cards matched? A pair of aces. But it's not just these 2 cards, because even though we independently chose our 4 numbers and the cards were mixed, if we have a look at this first pair of cards, they match as well. And if we look at the next pair, again, it's a match. And this pair, and this pair as well. So we've managed to get 5 pairs of matching cards. I hope you enjoyed that performance of Matchmaker. For this trick you need cards numbered 1 to 9 for yourself, and also another set numbered 1 to 9 for your spectator. And you also need 10 cards here, 2 sets of 5. So you need matching cards here. I use the ace 2, 3, 4, 5 of spades and ace 2, 3, 4, 5 of clubs. But you can use any 2 sets of 5 cards as long as you've got matching pairs. And the key thing is the order of the cards in the 2 sets has got to line up. So we've got 3, 5, ace 2, 4 here in both sets. Once you've got that set, you can put those 2 piles of cards together, and then you're ready to start your trick. So first thing I do is show the spectator this pile of cards in the middle, and that we've got 10 cards here, so you can just count them out. Once you've shown them you've got 10 cards, I then mix the cards up. Now you can just slot cut these cards, so you can just make as many cuts with these cards as you want, and it doesn't matter how much you cut them. The only important thing is that you don't mix the order of the cards, because as you know, by cutting the cards you're not changing the order, you're just changing the rotation. So likewise, you can offer your spectator the chance to cut the cards as many times as they like as well, which is obviously a really nice thing that you can get them to do that. So once you've done that, you then both need to choose 4 cards from your selections of 1 to 9 in front of you. So I always say to the spectator that I'm going to go first, just so that they're clear that their choice isn't affecting my choice. That there is no link at all though between their choice. And the key to this trick is you need to choose 4 as your first card, 3 as your second card, 7 as your third card, and ace as your last card. And that's really the only thing you need to remember in this trick. Everything else is self-working from this point. Of course, you don't show the cards as we've got here. You'll just select them and turn them face down, making sure they're in that order with the 4 first. Obviously the spectator can then choose their cards as well. You can do this both at the same time if you like, there's no problem. They can choose any 4 cards they want. They have total free choice. We'll just choose the ace 2, 3, 4 for this, but they have, like I say, total free choice. Any cards will do. So you ask them to show them their first card. As we know, that's an ace in this case. So whatever card they show, you then deal that many cards from the top to the bottom. So ace is just 1 card, and then you take the next card and deal it down in between your first selections. Look at your first selection, which of course we know is a 4. So we deal 4 cards from top to bottom, and irrelevant of what number they chose, we know by dealing 4 cards from top to bottom in the rotation is going to give us a matching pair to whatever they chose. So if we have a look, here we go, we've got a pair of 2s. Obviously you don't show that at this point, and we just keep that face down. So their next selection in this case is a 2, could be any number, but in this case we just deal 2, and whatever card this is, of course we don't know what it is, we just deal it face down on the table. We look at our selection, and irrelevant of what number they chose, by dealing 3 cards now from top to bottom, that is again going to give us another matching pair to what they selected. Onto their next card then, they chose a 3, so 3 cards from top to bottom. Take the next card and put it face down. Look at our next card, which is a 7. So deal 7 cards top to bottom. and then we'll place that next card on top of theirs, and then their final choice, which in this case is a 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We take the next card and place that down and look at our last card, which as we know is an A, so that's just one card top to bottom. Take the next card and place it down. So then you can show you've only got 2 cards left, and the first revelation of course is those 2 cards match. But then of course the kicker is you can go through all the sets of pairs that are on the table and show every single one matches. I think it's really a great effect, and it's so powerful, and it's another good one in that the spectator has so much control. They've got total free choice of which 4 cards they select. They also had chance to mix those cards in the middle at the start as well, which is also a really nice thing. And yeah, it really is a great finish, I think, when you can show that each 5 pairs of cards all match each other. Well, that's the end of my video. If you liked it, please like it and subscribe. If you've got any comments, leave them down below, and see you soon.